What, did you want something? Well, you don't have any products, so I just kind of assumed you were just browsing. You've never been here before. Are you sure? You look familiar. Trust me, I never forget a face. Well, welcome to Ramona's Metaphysical Boutique, then. Halloween. Not very metaphysical. You're not wrong. It's just that all of these Halloween pop-up shops have suddenly shown up in town and are stealing all of my business. They're scamming people, you know. They're not selling the real thing. They're selling cheap knockoffs and spooky decorations made to make people think that they're actually looking into something supernatural when that is obviously not the case. So why am I doing it? Well, they're stealing my business. You know, this is a capitalist country. Figure I might as well make something out of it if they're gonna take my business anyway. So, here I am, offering face painting. Why, are you interested? Well, no, it's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that it's a little below my pay grade. You know what I mean? I mean, I own this entire shop. I am Ramona, as you might have guessed, but you'd think I might be doing something more important. But regardless, if you're really wanting your face painted, I suppose I could help out. I do have the supplies here. I'm only charging $5, which is a steal, let me tell you. I am quite the artist myself. So yeah, I can definitely help you out. You know, since you're here anyway. It's not like I'm desperate for business or anything. I mean, it's not like I can't afford to fix this outlet. It's been hanging here for months. But no, I can certainly help you out. So, I guess we should get started then. Let me clear my space here. Thank you, Circuit. Demeaning. So, any idea what you're interested in? Any particular costumes you were looking into, or not a clue? Okay, well, that's super helpful. Here is a sample of the various works that I do. I'll hold it up close so that you can see it. I can do Frankenstein makeups, vampire makeup, witch makeup, werewolves, pretty butterflies, whatever you're into. So you can't tell what these are? Okay, well, just to walk you through them, since it's not obvious, which I had sort of thought that it was, but that's alright, I can go through them. I am skilled in pirates. You see, pirates. And also, this is an example of my Frankenstein makeup. Very classic. Now, just so you know, that is Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein himself was the scientist. Oh, you knew that. Of course you did. Of course you did. Okay, but not what you're looking for. Okay, that's totally fine. We do have other options, and I don't have a lot else to attend to today, so I don't mind going through all of them as long as you're actually going to buy something. Your $5 will be well worth it, I promise you. But as you can see here, we also have zombie makeup. We do have fake blood if you want that sort of thing, if you're going for a creepier costume. We can definitely accommodate. Heavens knows I know more about the supernatural and what is actually scary than any of these silly little pop-up shops, but so I should certainly be able to provide some guidance there. And here is an example of just a witch makeup. You know, witches aren't actually green, they're just normal people. But there's that classic look that's been perpetuated throughout all cinema and other media history, so I am begrudgingly offering that as an option if it's what you're looking for. And this is an example of the vampire makeup that I offer. See, right there. Very classic. A little tacky, in my opinion, but simply my opinion, you're going to get what you pay for. So, any of these appeal to you at all? Anything? No. Okay, well, I can certainly accommodate if you're wanting something more specific. What did you have in mind? Okay. So did you want that with the darkened eyes, or... Okay, yeah. Yeah, I could probably do something like that. I mean, without an example here, it's hard for me to anticipate what it's going to look like, but if you need to make any changes, if there's any alterations we need to make, I assure you I am skilled enough to make them. So, when are you going to need this makeup by? Oh, you've got a party tonight. Okay, well, we should get started then. I suppose an appointment is too much to ask. That's fine, though. That's fine. I do have all of the necessary supplies, as I said, right here with me, so you're lucky on that front. Now, have you ever done a Halloween makeup before? No. No, just costumes. Okay. Well, I have to recommend against touching it overly much. And if you're wanting incredibly elaborate makeup, you may want to go to a professional. As I say, this is not my usual thing. As much of an artist as I am, my supplies here aren't as advanced as I would like them to be. That being said, I'll certainly do my best. And with my superior skill, I doubt there's much I can't pull off. Okay, so normally, just so you know, usually with Halloween makeup we wouldn't use any water, but in this case we are sort of using a test product because you are wanting to get an idea of what the makeup's going to look like in the end before you actually get it on and go to the party. So if we do need to make any alterations, that'll make it easier to change. Alright, well, we should probably get started here. I think we should start with probably the white, just to get a base, and then we can go from there. Okay. You know, a lot of makeup artists will use these little twigs, but I find them not very effective in applying the makeup correctly. So we're just going to bypass that and go to something more artistic. See, I can show you how that is coming on here. See, look, it picks up the pigment much better when you use water. Just dab a little of that off here. Don't need quite as much. Okay. Getting all of those dusty costumes in here. Not my usual style, as you can probably guess. Okay. Just trying to get an even coat so And start applying the makeup in earnest here. Okay. Try not to move too much if you can help it. I said I would make any alterations, but that doesn't account for you messing it up by your twitchiness. There we go. Just gonna blow on it a little bit if you don't mind, sort of dry that layer. Okay, that's pretty good. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit your nose there. Of course, I think that might actually complement the look a little bit better, but who am I to say? Okay, I think we should get a little bit more on this side. I hope you're not going to tell me you're ticklish at this part in the game, because I assure you that is going to make this an excruciatingly unpleasant experience. No? Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, there we go. That looks all right. Alright, I think we should move on to the gray now, just to give that a little bit of shading. Actually, let's wet our brush again. Don't want to corrupt the colors, like I'm corrupting my reputation. Excuse me if I'm a little bitter. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of shading, so try to stay still. It's looking good so far. Okay. I hope you don't mind if I talk to myself. It helps me get into the artistic mood. Okay, there we are. Good. You're doing very well. I'm honestly surprised you're not moving more. So good work. Okay. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I've got some hellhounds locked up in the back, and they are so rowdy. I mean, what? I didn't say hellhounds. I said greyhounds. Greyhounds. They are my cousin's greyhounds. And they are in the backyard. You know, I can't keep them in the shop. They would just knock everything over. Which would be especially bad. Say, for instance, if I were applying makeup to someone like you. Just make more trouble for me, so I hope you can excuse them. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I think at this point we should move on to the red. I think the red is really going to make the rest of the makeup pop. You know, you're so used to seeing red exclusively used in blood and Halloween makeups, and I think that's a waste. Red can be such an expressive color. My goodness. Must be complaining about the greyhounds again. Definitely not hellhounds. Just greyhounds. There we are. Good job. You're sleepy. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. Feel free to fall asleep if you want to, as long as you wake up to pay me at the end. Though if you do fall asleep, I can't promise how many alterations I'll be able to make. I'll try to wake you up when we're getting near the end if you do, so don't worry about it. There we are. Okay, I think we should move on to the yellow, just to blend the red out a little bit. We do not want a flat makeup. Actually, let's go a little bit more. There we go. Gotta say, one thing about this Halloween makeup is that it is a bit soothing to do it. One might say it's even hypnotizing. Those repetitive motions. Blending those brush strokes out smoother and smoother. And a little bit more right there. Blend it onto your nose a little bit here. Down on your chin. Good work. There you go. still. You're doing quite well. Alright, I think we are nearly done. I think we could use a little bit of blue, possibly some green to set off the other colors. Just a touch. You do look good so far, though. We just don't want to make up that as one note. Alright, here we are. I know what to do. Let's blend those together and make a turquoise. There we are. A little bit more water. Alright. Just using this to emphasize the difference in shadows on your eyes. If you could close your eyelids for me for a second. Perfect. There we go. Good job. Looks like my candle's burning low. Suppose that means we're almost done here. Okay, and I'm going to use it a little bit on the shadows around your nose, just to tie those colors in. Turquoise came out lovely. I know lovely isn't really the intention of this makeup, but there can be a little bit of beauty, even in the most horrific of things. Trust me, I would know. At least the hellhounds, greyhounds stopped. Alrighty. Just rounding it out a bit here, if you don't mind. There we go. I still feel like we're missing something. We should add in purple. The purple, especially with the yellow we added, will add such depth to this makeup. Oh yes, that's perfect. There we go. Use some a little more erratic brush strokes in order to make that more exaggerated. Smooth lines wouldn't be very scary now, would they? There we go. I'm trying to see if your eyes need anything else. They look pretty good at this point, honestly. You know what? Maybe just in the crease there. I'm gonna bring out those shadows as much as I can. There we go. Perfect. All right. I think we got it. I think all we need to do at this point is maybe use a sponge to pat it down a little bit more. I wish I had some setting spray. I just don't want it to get messed up. I know you say you're going to that party, and I know those Halloween parties can get wild. No, I mean, I don't celebrate it, but those kids that live in the loft upstairs get crazy, especially when I'm trying to sleep. Okay. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I think we should just pat it down a little bit. And then I think it's probably done. Okay. So just stay very still. I'm just going to pat it into place. Do not move or it will smudge. There we are. Do you mind if I touch your face? I just need to study you a little bit. I just don't want to knock it askew and wipe it the wrong way. That's all right. Okay, thank you. All right. Honestly, I think that's got it. Oh, my work is impeccable. You look fantastic. Even if it is just one for those silly Halloween parties. Why don't you take a look at the mirror behind you, see what you think? You like it? All right. Okay, well, honestly, I can't see any recommendations that I would make. I think that how it is right now would be perfect for the Halloween party that you're planning. Okay, yeah, honestly, I think that is it. All we need now is payment. Okay. You left your wallet at home. Do you have cash or no? Okay, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Okay, well, tell you what. I am a kind-hearted, humble business owner, and I am willing to broker you a deal. You have come into my shop and you have utilized my services and you have not paid me. And for that, there is a trade I am willing to make here on this All Hallows Eve. I don't believe in the commercialist side of it, selling silly costumes to children who go to collect mass amounts of candy and then earn nothing but cavities and shame. But there is something to be said about its origins. I'll tell you what, you don't have to pay me right now. As long as you're willing to give me, say, a forfeit. If you don't come back and pay me, say, by Tuesday, I'll give you that many days. Then I get to keep what I'm going to ask for. How do you feel about that? No worries about that. Just promise that you'll come back with my money on Tuesday. What do I want? Oh, it's very simple, don't worry. You won't even have to hand me a thing. All I want for this simple transaction is your soul. Well then, it seems we have a deal. You should be off then. I hope you enjoy your Halloween. Bye-bye. Hope you show up on Tuesday. Poor sucker better show back up or they're never getting their soul back.